What's up guys, my name's Liam, and today we're going to be taking a look at an updated version of the Odin Gaming Andromeda, the new Andromeda Pro. So does Odin Gaming still have a hit on their hands? And more importantly, is this going to be the perfect gaming mouse pad for you? Let's check it out. Before we get started today, I did want to let you know this was sent out to me. However, everything you'll be hearing in this video are going to be my own words and my own opinions. This did arrive to my front door flat package. So here's what the front of the box looks like. And here is a look at what the back looks like. And as you can see, this is just a envelope style packaging. The Andromeda Pro is currently only coming in one colorway. I do believe they're going to add more colors in the future. I don't know what those colors are going to be, but this is sitting at 490 millimeters in width by 420 millimeters in height, and it's 4 millimeters in thickness. It comes with the hexagon style pour-on base, and just like every other type of pour-on style mouse pad, sticks to my desk nicely. I haven't had any issues with it moving around on me. The stitching around the edges also looks nice and premium, and it does sit below the surface. They do have their logo down here in the bottom right hand corner, and it is slightly raised up off of the surface, some type of a vinyl style graphic, but I didn't have any issues touching it as I was using this during my gameplay. And if you never used the original Andromeda, this is using a cloth style based surface. It doesn't list exactly what the material is, but it does kind of fall right in line and feel like something very similar to the polyester style mouse pads. But the texture is similar to the other cloth style gaming mouse pads out there. It does have a really smooth touch with a slight bit of texture there. And the base does have a bit of plushness to it. It does feel more firm compared to the Artisan X Soft, but overall you are able to push in this and get a really good sense of stopping power. And as I've been using this over the past week or two, I really do feel like the surface feels incredible. It does have a little bit of initial friction there when you're making the micro adjustments, but overall I don't feel like it's too muddy or anything like that. It does have a very smooth feel, so you get kind of a good balance between both speed and control. And the same thing goes for the dynamic friction as it slides across the surface. As you can see here, it has a pretty quick glide, but coming in at 4 millimeters in thickness, once you do apply weight to the top of the mouse pad and you push into it, it does give you a greater sense of control. So even though this does have a great sense of speed to it, I don't feel like it feels too slippery or too fast. And at the same time, I don't feel like the control feels overwhelming. So it kind of sits right in the middle with performance. And since the performance falls right in line with the other cloth style gaming mouse pads out there, I'll just go over the skates really quick. And typical types of stuff, if you're using these bigger skates versus smaller skates, you're going to get a little bit more of the initial static friction, and you do get a slight bit more of a slower glide across with dynamic friction, where obviously since there is lower contact points on the smaller skates, you do just get slightly a quicker overall experience. And to demonstrate its overall performance, I was doing all my testing with the Logitech G Pro Superlight 2. I do have the Tiger Ice V2 skates on here since this is the most popular gaming mouse on the market. And first up, I will be comparing it to the Zowie GSR2. The performance of both of these pads are incredibly similar to one another, and they do kind of fall in line with each other. The one difference, however, is with the Zowie GSR2, it does have a little bit more of a thinner base, and they are using the SCR base. So I do kind of feel like even though these do fall right in line with one another, they do have some slight variances in the performance. The Zowie GSR2 does feel just slightly a bit muddier and have a little greater sense of control. Not that I feel like the GSR2 is a very muddy pad, but I do feel like the micro adjustments, they're a little bit less tugging there, a little bit less control properties. Even though you do have great control at this, it does feel just a little bit smoother. Do keep in mind these differences are minor, and as you're gliding across the surface on both of these, I really do feel like the speed is nearly identical. However, since the base on the Zowie GSR is a little bit more firm and a little bit smaller, it almost feels like it's just slightly a little bit quicker, to whereas if you're putting weight on top of the mouse, when you're tracking across it or gliding across the surface, it does kind of sink in just a little bit more. So I do feel like you can get just a little bit more control across the dynamic friction, but with the Zowie GSR, I do feel like it has a little bit greater sense of static friction. So let's go ahead and drop the glide test comparison between the Odin Gaming Andromeda Pro and the Zowie GSR2. All right, and finally, I'll be comparing it to the Lethal Gaming Gear Saturn Pro. This is the 3.5 millimeter version. Performance between both of these, they feel incredibly similar, and they almost fall right in line with one another. Since the Saturn Pro is sitting at 3.5 millimeters in thickness, and the Odin Gaming Andromeda Pro is sitting at 4 millimeters in thickness, I do kind of feel like You do get a little bit greater sense of control, just very minor though, with the Andromeda Pro if you're putting weight on top of the mouse and pressing onto the surface. But really the dynamic and the static friction between these, they feel really similar to one another, with I would say the Andromeda Pro just having just a slight greater feeling of a little bit more static and dynamic friction. And do keep in mind these differences are incredibly minimal. So let's go ahead and drop a speed comparison between the Saturn Pro and the Andromeda Pro. With the popularity of the Saturn Pro and Zowie's brand new GSR2, with this kind of falling right in lines, I would absolutely have to say that if you are looking at picking this up, I would definitely recommend it because the performance feels phenomenal to me, and I have been really enjoying this. I feel like this is a great mouse pad to use all around, regardless of what game you're playing. I do think it would be cool if Odin Gaming were to offer different sizes, like possibly a 500 by 500 down the line in the future, or even give the option of doing a 3.5 millimeter thickness base. The fact that they guarantee the surface is more durable and backing it by a 1-year warranty, if this is something that you're looking it up, I would absolutely have to say I give it 2 thumbs up. Alright guys, so if you have any questions or feel like I left anything out, please let me know down in the comments below. If you've enjoyed watching this video and are interested in more videos like this in the future, please drop this video a like and subscribe to my channel. If you're interested in picking this mouse pad up, I have left affiliate links down in the description below if you're interested in supporting the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.